Welcome back to my channel where we dive deep into all the incredible Harry Potter book moments that never made it to the movies. If you've been following my shorts, you know I'm obsessed with showing just how much better the books were compared to their film adaptations. And today, we're talking about one of the biggest character assassinations in film history. I'm talking about Ginny Weasley. If your only exposure to this character is through the movies, you probably think she's this awkward girl with no real personality who just ties shoelaces. But book readers, we know the truth. Book Ginny was absolutely incredible, and today I'm going to prove it with 10 concrete examples that show just how amazing she really was. Because here's the thing, Book Ginny didn't just have a personality, she was one of the strongest, most well-developed characters in the entire series. But before we dive into these 10 game-changing examples, if you love deep dives into why the books were superior to the movies, hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more content comparing book characters to their movie versions. And trust me, this is just the beginning. So let's dive into why Book Ginny deserved so much better. Let's start with something that proves Ginny wasn't just Harry's future girlfriend. She was a genuinely talented witch, the Bat-Bogey Hex. This wasn't just some party trick. Fred and George, who were basically hex prodigies, praised her for this spell. Professor Slughorn was so impressed that he invited her to join the Slug Club specifically because of her magical abilities. And she used this hex strategically too. On Draco Malfoy when he deserved it, and on Zachariah Smith when he was being particularly obnoxious. This shows she wasn't just powerful, she was smart about when and how to use that power. Next up, her friendship with Luna Lovegood. This is where we really start to see Ginny's character shine. She actively stopped Ron from calling Luna loony and shut down other students in their Transfiguration class who tried to mock her. But it goes deeper than just defending her friend. When Harry asked Luna to Slughorn's Christmas party, Ginny told him it was a good thing he did, and she encouraged Harry because she knew how excited Luna was about it. Ginny understood that Luna needed genuine friendship, and she provided that without hesitation. Now let's talk Quidditch, because movie Ginny's athletic abilities were basically non-existent. Book Ginny, she was incredible. She played as Chaser in books 5 and 6, and when Harry couldn't play in 5th year because of Umbridge's ban, Ginny stepped up and became a crucial part of the team. But here's the really impressive part. In 6th year, she played as Seeker and actually won games for Gryffindor when Harry couldn't play due to detention. She wasn't just filling in, she was excelling in completely different roles. This one's huge because it shows the fundamental difference between book and movie Ginny. In the movies, she's this quiet, awkward person who suddenly kisses Harry out of nowhere. But in the books, she was confident, she opened up to Harry, and her amazing personality really came through in their conversations. The movie made it seem like she barely spoke, but Book Ginny had real conversations with Harry. She challenged him, supported him, and showed her true character through their interactions. Speaking of personality, let's talk about some of Ginny's absolute best lines. When Ginny called Ron a prat for hitting a teammate during practice, Harry defended him. Her response? Well, you seem too busy to call Ron a prat, so I thought someone should. But my personal favourite has to be this gem about growing up with Fred and George. The thing about growing up with Fred and George is that you sort of start thinking anything's possible if you've got enough nerve. That line perfectly captures not just Ginny's worldview, but also explains so much about her fearless personality. Number 6 is probably the best because it shows Ginny has a backbone. Throughout Order of the Phoenix, Harry was angry constantly because of Voldemort's influence, and while Hermione and Ron mostly just took it, Ginny, she fought back. When Harry snapped at her unnecessarily, she told him straight up, "There's no need to take that tone with me." And when Harry was yet again being a brat about Voldemort being in his head, she called him out and reminded him that she was the only one who'd actually been possessed by you-know-who and understood what he was going through. Talk about standing up to people who deserve it. When Zachariah Smith was commentating the Gryffindor versus Slytherin match and being completely biased against them, what did Ginny do after they won? She drove her broom straight into him and simply said, "Forgot to break, Professor." Pure genius. Perfectly calculated revenge delivered with a straight face. Ginny consistently stood up for people who needed defending. When Luna first met Harry and Neville and asked who Neville was, and Neville sadly said no one, Ginny angrily corrected him and properly introduced him. She also defended Hagrid when Luna questioned his teaching. Ginny wasn't afraid to defend the people who mattered to her. Here's something the movies completely missed. Ginny was the heart of the Gryffindor Quidditch team. She did impressions, kept everyone entertained, and maintained team morale during the toughest matches. She wasn't just tough, she was fun and brought joy to difficult situations. And finally, the most badass thing Ginny ever did, keeping Dumbledore's army running after Harry left school in Deathly Hallows. She got punished for it, faced real danger, but never backed down. While Harry was off hunting Horcruxes, Ginny was leading the resistance at Hogwarts. This wasn't just loyalty to Harry. This was Ginny taking a stand against evil because it was the right thing to do. So there you have it, 10 concrete examples of why Book Ginny Weasley was absolutely incredible. She was brave, funny, talented, loyal, and had more personality in her little finger than movie Ginny had in her entire character arc. The movies reduced this complex, fascinating character to a bland, forgettable version of herself. But book readers know the truth. Ginny Weasley was one of the strongest, most well-developed characters in the entire series, and she deserves so much better than what the films gave her. What do you think? Did I miss any great Book Ginny moments? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into why the books were superior to the movies. Trust me, we're just getting started with these character comparisons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.